Hey guys, Chris Lopez here. How's it going? Back for another Friday Q&A. Happy Friday to everybody out there. So a little bit of what's been going on this week. I dropped Rosanna and the kids off at the cottage. That's what we do up here in Toronto, up here in Canada. We have like a bunch of friends who have different cottages up north in like the lake region, and so there's beautiful land up there, and so Rosanna and the kids have decided to hang out with some friends up at the cottage. They got invited to go up there. I was invited as well, but I had a lot of work to get done in the city. So for the past few days, I have been home alone, getting a bunch of stuff done, getting stuff ready for the fall, and we've got a big mastermind meeting coming up in a couple of weeks. So just been doing that kind of stuff. Something cool I wanted to show you. You gotta see this. This is actually really cool. This is my soccer jersey. So remember how I said I never played soccer in my life? Well, this is the jersey they actually gave me, a number 23. Well, I asked for number 23. See that? This is an official Bayern Munich jersey. For those of you that are interested in the EuroLeague, our team is we're Bayern Munich. I got number 23 because I'm a big Michael Jordan fan. But when my soccer teammates saw me wearing number 23, they figured I'm like a Beckham fan, and I'm like, no, I'm not a big David Beckham fan. This is a tribute to Michael Jordan. I've never played soccer in my life, but I was a basketball player. So yeah, I got 23. So that's something pretty cool I thought I'd just share with you guys as well. And because I play soccer now, mind you, there's a difference between being somebody who plays soccer and being a soccer player. I am the former. I play soccer. I am not by any means a soccer player, but that gives me the right to wear soccer jerseys now, which I think is pretty cool. So I've got my Spain jersey on now that they won the Euro Cup. But enough of that. Let's get on to the Q&A. I've got my iPad here, so I'll ask. We've got 3 questions today. The first one comes from Mike Bailing. And he says, I currently lift weights twice a week at the gym, and I would like to also work out from home a few days a week. Do you have any suggestions on how I can incorporate kettlebell workouts from home and still maintain 2 days of weightlifting at the gym? Yeah, for sure. My suggestion is to try to keep the 2 lifting days at the gym relatively far apart. Incorporate basic or foundational lifts at the gym. So I would suggest maybe deadlift and military press on, say, Monday, and then on Thursday I would squat and bench if you're into benching, or squat and do some type of row variation with dumbbells while you're at the gym. And then on the Tuesday and the Friday, and then maybe one day on the weekend, if you lower the intensity, you can work out at home with your kettlebells, doing some type of MRT or doing pressing ladders like we were talking about before. So that's how I would split it up. You on 2 days a week, just make sure that you incorporate the foundational lifts on those 2 days that you're working out at the gym. So deadlift and military press on the one day, squat and bench on the other day. I'm not a bench press fan personally. I'm not a football player, so I don't really see the big benefit of being able to push weight in a horizontally off your chest. I like doing closed chain exercises like push-ups and push-ups on rings and dips and that kind of stuff. But hey, that's just me. If you're a bench press guy, then by all means go ahead and bench press. Just be wary of your shoulders and make sure you're keeping your shoulders healthy. Okay, second question is, this comes from Steve. He says, I like the ladder approach and doing as many ladders in a time period. What is the rest protocol? Rest after each rung, or rest at the end of each ladder, or both? And the answer to that question is essentially both. I mean, what you want to try to make sure of, and I've said this before, is that you want your first rep to look, you want your last rep to look exactly like your first rep, meaning you don't want any structural failure in terms of your form. You want to make sure that you're fresh throughout. You're never training to failure. And so ideally what I like to do, I'm at the level where if I'm going to 5 rungs, so I'm pressing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'll rest after that, and then I will start the rung over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There have been times when I've been pressing relatively heavy and I've had to rest in between each rung. That all depends on you and the level that you're at. If you're doing some type of density training where you're trying to increase the amount of work that you do in a given amount of time, then obviously the rest will be limited. But for the most part, go with the structural failure rule in that you want to make sure that your last rep looks exactly like your first rep, and that you're not compromising anything from a structural standpoint, just so that you won't get injured and you don't want to fatigue or anything else like that. Okay. And the third question is kind of a nutrition question. It's based on the coconut butter coffee that recipe that I sent out on Sunday, this past Sunday. And if you haven't seen that video yet, then I'll embed the video just below. That question is, what's the difference between using butter or cream in your recipe? Is there really that much of a difference? Because butter is made from cream? And the answer to that is no. You know, there really isn't much of a difference. The only stipulation that I have is that you use raw, and I know that raw butter and raw cream is illegal in like 50 states and up here in Canada as well. So there are some ways around that, and by no means am I promoting any type of illicit activity, but you will get the most nutrients and the most benefit from using raw butter or raw cream. Actually, I think raw butter is available in the 50 states, and I'm pretty sure you can get it. So if you have it, try to make sure it's raw. That has the highest nutritional value, and so you should be using that ideally. If not, then there is nothing wrong with using cream. Okay. Other than that, I'm wishing you a great weekend. We are going to go old school this weekend. I'm going to go pick up the kids up at the cottage, and then we're going to hit a drive-in movie. I think we're going to go see the new Spider-Man movie, and I think that's a double bill with Brave. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Brave story, but it looks pretty cool. So we're going to be doing that with the kids. Other than that, I wish you guys a great weekend. I will see you next week. And just so that you know, for all you last minute, last chance people out there, my buddy Mike Whitfield, he's got his Workout Finishers promo. The last day is today. You get all of his Workout Finishers and a bunch of bonuses for less than 20 bucks. So if you haven't picked that up yet, then I suggest you pick that up, because it's a great deal, and it is all going away today, Friday the 13th at midnight. So take care, guys. I'll put that link for Mike Whitfield stuff right below the butter video, or right below the butter coffee video. And you guys have a great weekend. I will speak to you probably on Sunday with some more diet advice. So we'll talk then. Take care, guys.